Hey, what's good, fam? It's Kyle Henderson along with Andrew Bone of BamaInsider.com talking about James Burnip, a punter from the class of 2021 that committed to Alabama, here with Andrew Bone to talk about the Australian native. Bone. This is a big commit. I mean, Alabama lands a punter. They just added a transfer punter a couple of weeks ago in Jack Martin. Kind of what's the latest here on James Burnip?
Yeah, how about that? Sunday night news dump. It was late Sunday night. We saw a commitment from James Burnip, big Australian kicker, 6'6", 215 pounds, trains at ProKick Australia's out. I guess it's in Melbourne, Australia. This is obviously a big kid, and certainly somebody that we don't really know a lot of information about. There's no highlight videos that are out there, at least none that we've been able to find just yet. He was previously committed to Ole Miss. And it was interesting because he posted on his Twitter handle prior to announcing his commitment to Alabama that he had originally committed to Ole Miss on a 3-year scholarship that he was going to join as a part of the 2022 recruiting class, but he was going to join in January. Now he says he had the opportunity to go to a major Power 5 university and have 4 years, and he's going to be able to join the team immediately. And, just from digging through some of our sources, did confirm that, he is on scholarship. This is not a walk-on. This is a full scholarship, full ride for James Burnip at the University of Alabama. He is going to be joining the team during the course of the next couple weeks. Not sure exactly which date he's going to be arriving, but he is joining the team. He's going to be part of the team this fall and adds to that 2021 recruiting class for the Crimson Tide, which finished as the highest rated recruiting class in the modern Rivals rankings history. So very intriguing prospect. I mean, this is a kid who has never played football before, has punted the football, obviously, and trains. And, this is somebody that Alabama felt comfortable enough after seeing him. And obviously, clearly he's got a big leg. And Alabama, in my opinion, they've been trying to find a punter in terms of this recruiting class. Or, I think last year's recruiting class, they even looked around and, tried to see who was potentially available, but, couldn't find anybody. Didn't see anybody that they, really wanted as a part of, a guy that can come in for 4 years. But they found a guy this weekend. And I imagine he was, haven't been able to officially confirm it, but I imagine he was at Alabama special teams camp this past weekend. And that's when the Tide saw him. Like I said, just guessing on that. But I imagine if, he got an offer and he committed, he was probably in Tuscaloosa this weekend at the Tide's special teams camp. So, interesting pickup. Especially for a guy that's never played football, organized football before. You never really see that happen. And, of course, you never really see Alabama take a chance on somebody like that. But I imagine he showed off a pretty big, impressive leg when Alabama decided that this was a guy that they would take a chance on, that they would give a scholarship to, especially in the 2021 recruiting class. And people keep asking me, does this mean that JTT is not coming to Alabama? Of course, they asked me that when Jameson Williams transferred. They asked me that when Henry To'oTo'o transferred. That doesn't mean anything. This doesn't change anything regarding JTT. He's still coming in for an official visit on June the 25th. Alabama still wants him really badly. He's still the top priority. Still got to figure out the numbers a little bit, but JTT is still definitely a top priority for Alabama, and they would certainly take him if he decides to go to Alabama.
The numbers are really amazing, kind of when you look at class of 2021 and how everything's going to fit together. So maybe that's a whole other video for a different time. But once again, James Burnip has committed to the Alabama Crimson Tide. Bone, before we let you go, I mean, it's interesting to see kind of, Nick Saban's approach to recruiting always. But, I mean, going to Australia for a kicker. I mean, just recently they had a player from Sweden. Just a couple years ago, they had a kicker who was from Poland. So obviously Nick Saban goes not only throughout the country, but Nick Saban is recruiting worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide. I'm telling you, this is it's pretty incredible. I mean, I think you're starting to see Alabama on the everybody across the world knows about the University of Alabama and their football program, and obviously a big group of kids came in. Tuscaloosa last week worked out at the Tides camp. Theo Ostrom earned an offer from Alabama, big Swedish tight end from in that 2023 recruiting class. And this is a guy that, this is another guy that Alabama, continues to evaluate, and they don't have a limit as to, where they're going to recruit throughout the entire world. So this is pretty impressive. So, I'm sure the recruiting coach was hoping to take the visit to Melbourne and go and visit him. But I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't think there's enough time for that, because it looks like he's going to be arriving here in Tuscaloosa here in the next couple of weeks. But it just shows Alabama's range and their ability to go really wherever they want to recruit top players.
That Bama factor goes hard. He's Andrew Wood. I'm Kyle Henderson. We continue to track more information on James Burnip, Alabama's latest commitment to the class of 2021, the class that never ends, the continuing class of 2021, right? They only get better in the rankings. So definitely hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe. We appreciate you more than you know. James Burnip is in the class of 2021. Tons of recruiting coverage coming your way this week. We also got the Rivals 5-Star Challenge at the end of this week. We got some official visitors coming into Tuscaloosa, so you don't want to miss any of the news. Go to BamaInsider.com. Free promo code is simply Roll Tide at checkout. Definitely hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe. We'll be back with another video on Alabama Crimson Tide football recruiting right here on BamaInsider.com.